Hey, it's Markins with Omniverse Financial. In this video, we're going to be covering the basic tasks that we want our assistants to cover for us. Okay. Omniverse Financial's objective is to make sure that we're not answering the phone when it rings, because we do get a lot of phone calls throughout the day from our clients. So it's a little bit of a distraction to handle that many calls and still be productive. So we want to make sure the calls and the service work gets taken away from us, so we can clear our time to really focus on production. Okay, so we'll get into it. Premier Services is our remote center. They're actually in Illinois and we're in Massachusetts. So they're licensed to handle PNC business in Massachusetts. So it's definitely a great arrangement where they can go into our auto and home databases and handle any kind of business that pertains to service work for our clients. Okay, so a significant number of calls are going to be going to them. We want them transferred over because what they can do is just simply answer the basic questions that clients may have about their PNC, property and casualty, auto and home. So we definitely want to have most of that service work handled by them. So when a call comes in, it's basically going to be transferred over to Premier. So it's, Horace Mann Insurance, this is Markins, how can I help you? And you just simply listen to what the client needs assistance with, and before sending it off just to Angela or myself, Markins. So we basically want to make sure everything's being funneled over to Premier. So once we transfer that phone call over to Premier, we can either do it by a live transfer, or we can certainly take a message and then either call or email Premier the details. If you email any details, which is the primary way we want these to be handled, you always CC Angela or myself on them. Okay. As a rule of thumb, however, we never want to come get myself, Markins. We because I really can't get on the phone. I'm always on appointments, whether it's in-house and out with the client. So I really can't be picking up the phone calls throughout the day, or I really wouldn't be able to complete what I need to do for us to be successful. So anyway, what you're gonna say is, you see, they ask for Markins. He's with someone right now, but I can take a detailed message and he'll get back to you as soon as he's done. Okay, so that's the rule of thumb. All right, so some of the most common tasks that Premier is going to be handling is CPRs, which is changes to a car or property insurance, billing questions from clients, E2 values, how we basically value a property. So they can handle that. Quotes, they'll quote any existing business. So if someone has currently a car insurance or property insurance with us and they want more, or they want to add another car, they can quote that for us. If someone's refinancing a home, they can certainly handle that as well. Changes such as liens on properties, and they'll handle all those tasks. And if a client has a question that they want us to return a phone call, they can do that as well. Some of the frequently asked questions by clients will be, hey, I have questions on my policy. I'm buying a new car. I'm selling my car. I'd like to cancel, and I need a copy of my policy. Need changes. All those are very, very common questions. All can be handled by Premier. And also with Premier, cancellations are done by two ways. They'll do that for us, and so forth. Now, the next phase I want to touch on is drive packages. Drive packages are paperwork for new purchases. So if someone's buying a new car, It's the paperwork that's going to be coming from the dealership. Okay. So what the dealership's going to do is going to send it to us by fax or email. What we need to do before we send it off to Premier is to verify that the client is buying a new car that he either wants to replace an old car policy with, or they're simply adding. It's probably the biggest two things. So, Mrs. Smith is buying a new car. We can't assume that she's adding it and getting rid of an older car. Sometimes people buy new cars for their kids, and sometimes people just want an additional vehicle. So we do have to verify what they're doing and what their intentions are. But once that's clear, we send it right over. We send the packages right over to Premier. It takes them about an hour or so to get it done. And after we send it, we want to make sure we verify it. Drive packages are sent to this fax number right here, and then emailed. If you're going to email it, this is how you email it. This is the email address. And it's going to come from agent office, which is my office, Omniverse Financial. On policy number, you can go right into 360. And this is 360 right here. Say, for example, this client was buying, was making a change, was buying a new car and replacing this Honda Pilot right here. So we would come right here and grab the policy number, put it right in here, and then we would tell them they're replacing vehicle, whatever. In this example, it would be this vehicle right here, 2015 Honda Pilot. Okay, we plug it right in here since they're replacing, and we want to put those details in here. And if they're transferring plate or getting a new plate, we want to make sure we indicate that as well. That's why we talk to the client, get all this information. And then here's just an example of what a drive package is going to look like when it's sent to us. And then this is what it looks like when it's sent to us, and this is what it's going to look like from when you're sending it. So you see the policy numbers here, replace vehicle 2 and transferring plate, and in this case they're putting new plates in. All right, you want to put it right on the cover sheet right here, and then send it right off to Premier. Okay, that is it. And some of the things that Premier does not cover is brand new business. They can't quote new businesses. So someone says, "Hey, Markins, I was referred to by one of your clients, Mrs. Smith. Can you please quote this for me?" We have to quote that. They can't do that. Oh, and the other thing they're not able to do is they can't lower liability on anything. So if someone says, "Hey, Markins, I'm not going to be driving that car in the next 3 months. Can you lower the policy coverages?" They can't do that. We have to handle it. And then some of our third parties, Progressive, Foremost, and MassProp, they don't have access to those accounts either. Okay. Otherwise, that is it. This is where we're going to start, and it's it's the bulk of the service work that we have to deal with, and getting this stuff out of hands will be a tremendous help. All right. Any questions? Email, call. We'll chat more. Thank you.